McCluck? It's time we talked about the 4th season of For All Mankind.
After the drop in quality with Season 3, I'm a little reticent.
But surely, if it's as bad as last time, you'll get to complain.
Damn right I will! Hit it! Right, let's get started. As before, there's a gap between seasons, 8 years this time, and we get a quick montage of what we've missed, from Ellen Wilson being re-elected, to oil companies being pissed off at fusion, to Glasnost, to Helios creating a plasma propulsion tech that will mean trips to Mars will only take a month or two depending on where it is in its orbit.
We invented fusion a few years back last season, so why not more made-up concepts, eh?
Why not indeed? We're veering very far away from existing tech now, leaving the grounded reality of the 60s and 80s to a more sci-fi setting now.
You're very positive about this, Doc.
Well, at least here, they do tell us how long a journey will last with their made-up tech, as opposed to last season, when we had no clue what was going on physics-wise.
There's more in that montage still, like our Happy Valley crew returning to Earth, Hilton opening a hotel on the moon, Jimmy Stevens testifying against those activists.
Amazed some of them survived, considering they were at their bomb's ground zero.
There might be a bit of revisionist history going on there. We also see that Dev, Helios' former CEO, is now building robots, and President Gore announcing the end of the Cold War because, yeah, he got elected in that reality.
Damn, they sure cram it in those montages.
And that was only the highlights. Things go so fast, you have to watch the segment multiple times, and still, you miss things.
So, almost a decade on, Happy Valley has massively swelled in size since we last saw it.
And Ed's still commanding a ship. How old must he be by now? Well, he must be in his early 70s.
Space work must keep you young.
And he's partnered with Gregory, the Russian commander from last season, who will be the first man to walk on an asteroid. Speaking of recurring characters, I see Aleda still working on the Florida Houston.
But didn't she end up being flight director by the end of season 3?
Yeah, she was, but she still hasn't recovered from the bomb's trauma, if you ask me. PTSD is a terrible thing.
You know, starting immediately with this asteroid landing brings back a sense of boundless wonder that was somehow lost in season 3.
Or at least it feels more believable than an orbiting space hotel in the 90s.
You got that right, Doc.
Well, maybe that's a good sign.
Let's hope so. We've a long way to go to the season finale.
So that's what's going on in space, and back on Earth, Margot is alive and not so well living in Russia.
Well, she's getting on, like all our heroes.
Time waits for no man.
She's out of the loop, trying to get back in, but not getting any joy from the Ruskies at Star City.
Until a mysterious woman cryptically tells her to wait. Her time will come.
Ooh, intrigue.
We're also catching up with other characters, like Danny Stevens' wife and daughter, and Danny Poole, who's now retired. What the hell happened to Danny anyway? That'll remain a mystery for now.
Well, I think it's obvious he's either dead or in prison.
And we're also introduced to some new blood, like a former all-real guy who's planning to do some work on the moon, but as there's no space available there, he ends up accepting a job on Mars for the next 2 years.
That's gonna be hard on his wife and kids.
An all-rigger in space. After having so blatantly copied The Martian last season, they better not copy Armageddon this time.
Let's hope so, but there might be hints they might. For one thing, something goes wrong with the asteroid capture mission. Wouldn't be a fam season if we didn't have a crisis on our hands. And we've got an existing character and a new one going to perform a risky EVA to try and re-secure the asteroid. Which one's gonna die?
Place your bets. How about both?
Oh, bit morbid.
But accurate. I mean, looking at the state of the structure, it was beyond foolish to even think it was possible to save the capture, leading to one of the most avoidable and pointless couple of deaths in the series. It was obvious from the get-go the mission had to be aborted. Anyone with any sense would have seen that.
So they started to move the asteroid, and it went wrong. Anyone else think it'll now be on a collision course to Mars or something?
It's almost signposted, isn't it? Hence, my Armageddon concerns.
Speculation aside, this accident is leading NASA to blame the current commander of Happy Valley.
Always blame the commander.
That's where the buck stops. And Hobson, the new lead of NASA, is asking Poole to come out of retirement to go back to command Mars.
Which she eventually accepts, and she, Dale, and a bunch of others get their asses to Mars. But what's that thing about her complaining that Hobson cut the NASA budget by 20%? I thought NASA was self-funded and self-sufficient.
Don't you remember last season how there was talk of bringing its budget into the hands of Congress? Maybe that happened in the last 8 years.
Typical bureaucrats.
So what do you think? Worth carrying on?
Well, despite the stupid avoidable crisis and pointless deaths, which brings back haunting memories of the very subpar Season 3 premiere, it could have been a lot worse. So yeah, onwards to episode 2. Which she eventually accepts, and she, Dale, and a bunch of others get their asses to Mars. But what's this thing about her complaining about...